Right now on Denver 7 News at 6 a.m., the threat of a year-round wildfire season is keeping Boulder County residents on alert.
The fires just keep happening.
This is going to be our new normal. Today is going to be warm and breezy. Tomorrow, warm and windy. It's a Denver 7 weather action day on Friday. I'll show you why and just how gusty and warm it's going to get here in town.
Imagine Mountain Disneyland. It's an idea Governor Polis is pitching on Twitter as Florida lawmakers are set to strip the company of special titles.
And it's the battle of the baggers. Our Jason Luber and Lisa Hidalgo are throwing down the competition at the checkout aisle to support Special Olympics athletes. Oh, so fun. An event that was back for the first time in 5 years. And it wasn't just about speed. It was about efficiency.
Style and efficiency. Okay, yeah.
And Jason Butterfinger Luber dropped some items, so we're going to find out more about that coming up. Good Thursday morning to you. I'm Brian Sanders.
Good thing he sticks to traffic, not bagging. Yes. Well, welcome back. I'm Nicole. Brady. Lisa is here too. And Lisa, your main job, of course, the weather. We're going to see highs in the 80s again today.
Yeah, I don't know though. I had some skills and I don't want to rub it in, but I definitely beat Jason. We'll get to that coming up. Yeah, take a look. We are going to see some breezy conditions. A new drought monitor map is going to get released this morning, so we'll have updates on that. But currently abnormally dry conditions here in yellow covering the northern Front Range. Severe drought there in orange, extreme in red. So it is very dry out there. And when you get temperatures near 80 degrees this time of year and the wind's kicking up, fire danger is obviously going to be high. Right now, 40 in Denver. So today's not going to be awful when it comes to winds. It'll be a little breezy. We'll see speeds at about 20 to 25 miles per hour with a big warm up. Upper 60s by lunch. We're going to be in the upper 70s near 80 this afternoon for a high. So it is going to be a very warm day for this time of year. About 15 to 20 degrees above normal today and tomorrow. Look at these 80s near Pueblo and La Junta. Fire danger is going to be higher there today. Coming up, we have a number of alerts that go into effect, and tomorrow is a Denver 7 weather action day. Jason, we'll talk about the heat and the winds coming up.
The drive around downtown looks just fine. Really, all of I-25. We'll take a look at the drive time in just a second. Looks okay. Air Tracker 7 looking at downtown Denver. This is Park Avenue West going over by Coors Field, and that's looking okay going into downtown, so you could use that freely, as well as I-25. Take a look at the camera or the map overall this morning. We did have a crash going from northbound I-25 to 120th, right at the top of the ramp. Not a big deal. Not as big of a deal as the crash that we have. Still being cleared at 96th and Tower Road. Still some pretty big delays on both the southbound side and that eastbound side, and just because of the neighborhood through here, there's really no great alternates. You could try to get through the neighborhood, but then you'll be waiting through 96th Avenue delays, so it's not really a great option to try to use some of the side streets. Maybe E470 would be the only one, but you'd have to pay for it, obviously. The rest of the drive looks just fine anywhere else you want to go right now.
We have breaking news. Several homes have been destroyed by a new wildfire burning in the San Luis Valley. We expect to get an update today from fire officials who say they have stopped the fire from advancing in the town of Monte Vista. That's the good news. But again, we know some homes have been lost. There were widespread evacuations ordered for the town of just 4,000 people. Now the evacuations are down to just a few streets. In northeastern Colorado, meanwhile, a fire near Brush in Morgan County is burning between 50 and 100 acres. It was first reported last night. No homes are in danger. And another fire sparked in Boulder County, prompting evacuations in the Table Mountain area between Boulder and Longmont. Denver 7's Veronica Costa joins us with more on that. And Veronica, emergency responders are getting a lot of practice lately helping get people and animals to safety.
The Table Mountain fire was thankfully put out pretty quickly with the hard work of those fire crews, but it's just another reminder of our new normal. A fire season, no more. Instead, fires year round. So at a moment's notice, everything can change for people and of course their animals as well. They all have to be prepared to get to safety when a fire gets just too close to home. In yesterday's case, the Table Mountain fire grew to more than 50 acres. A wireless emergency alert was issued for evacuees, but like in a previous case, it was received by some who weren't in that evacuation zone. Despite that, those in the nearby area, they were ready, and they say they have been for some time now.
The fires just keep happening, and now I think that people are extremely responsive.
This is going to be our new normal. Yeah, I hate for that to be the reality. And I live just east of here, but that's what we've come to accept, is that we all need to be better prepared to handle these types of situations.
First responders say now is the time for all of us to make those emergency evacuation plans. That means figuring out not only what we're going to grab, but where we'll go, and of course, practice with the entire family so we're ready if a fire breaks out too close to our homes. In studio, I'm Veronica Acosta, Denver 7.
Thank you, Veronica. Boulder County, by the way, is filing a motion asking the court to dismiss a lawsuit from one of the companies that lost out on a bid for Marshall Fire debris removal. Florida-based Cirrus Environmental Services filed the lawsuit more than 2 weeks ago, claiming Boulder County secretly negotiated with the winning contractor to adjust its timeline and pricing. The county's attorney says that's false. Cleanup started on Tuesday. Meanwhile, officials will assess properties in the 37E burn area near Lyons this week. That fire started last Friday. It was contained to 114 acres. While no building damage was initially reported to firefighters, the county says the assessments are an important step to make sure properties that had fire on them get a fair valuation of the damage. The assessors will be in Larimer County vehicles and have their county IDs with them. If you were having trouble making some calls yesterday, you weren't the only one. Multiple states were affected by a Verizon outage, including Nevada, California, Arizona, and of course, Colorado. Verizon says the problem that caused the outage in the Denver area is now fixed. If you're still having trouble, Verizon says turning your phone off and on again should fix the issue. Fixes everything. The attractions we know are legendary. Space Mountain, Pirates of the Caribbean, and dare I say it's a small world, all call Florida home at the world's most popular theme park, Walt Disney World, the Magic Kingdom. Well, now the Disney company and Florida leaders are in a feud. So our governor, Governor Polis, says if Disney is looking for a new home, Mickey and company are welcome here in Colorado.
Yeah, it is an interesting idea. Could Mountain Disney really become a reality? No, it's probably a joke. For one thing, where would it go, right? Disney World is massive. It's actually more than 3 times the size of the city of Littleton in acreage, so that would give you an idea of what it would look like here. Disney World is also the most visited vacation resort in the entire world. The combined parks welcome 250,000 people through their gates every day, more than 50 million a year. I mean, in total, there are only about 80 million visitors to Colorado each year, so just massive tourism. It's also a massive economic engine for the state of Florida, contributing $75 billion to their economy annually. Jessica Crawford joins us, and Jessica, the governor may be joking about Mountain Disney, but he's not joking about what Florida's governor is doing. He calls it an attack on Disney that's authoritarian and socialist, and that's not all.
That's right, Nicole. His words were not too pleasant towards Governor DeSantis. Our governor even offered to grant full asylum to Mickey and Minnie. He said all of this through tweets, and here are a look at them right now. This comes after Florida Governor Ron DeSantis moved to take away some of Disney's privileges in Florida. This is after Disney came out against a gay rights bill there that some called discriminatory. Then on Tuesday, DeSantis gave a speech in which he announced that his state would look into holding the Twitter board of directors accountable for refusing Elon Musk's bid to buy the company. Well, our governor on Twitter saying he'd be happy to see both companies right here in the Centennial State. He tweeted this in part, saying, "In Colorado, we don't meddle in affairs of companies like Disney or Twitter. Hey, Disney, we're ready for Mountain Disneyland, and Twitter, we're ready for Twitter HQ too." So far we have not heard from either company about whether they're actually planning to relocate here in the Centennial State. Like you said, Nicole, probably not the most possible thing that, that the governor suggested there. But still, Twitter does have its head offices in San Francisco, and some offices are also here in Boulder. So there is a Colorado tie there. As far as having Disney World out here, again, it may be far-fetched, but really, Brian and Nicole, your kids might enjoy it.
Oh, yeah.
Can we
just get one ride? Just
Space
Splash.
Mountain.
No, I want Splash.
Splash
Mountain. That's the best
Big
ride.
Thunder Mountain Railroad. It's like built in to the name.
Yeah, right?
With
We
all the
have the
rides.
mountains.
That's
yes, right.
We will see. The Justice Department is appealing the ruling that overturned the federal mask requirement for travel. The CDC says masks are still necessary on public transportation and planes. A federal judge in Florida overturned the mandate on Monday, and in response, DIA, RTD, and several airlines said masks would be optional. A Parker man is accused of selling hundreds of fake COVID-19 vaccination cards. Roger Van Camp is one of 21 people facing federal charges now in a nationwide crackdown on COVID fraud. Van Camp took blank COVID-19 vaccine cards and forged hundreds of vaccination records. He then sold and distributed the cards to at least a dozen states. He also allegedly sold cards to people who attended the Tokyo Olympics.
Well, the Nuggets will try to get back on track in their playoff series against the Warriors tonight. Game 3 is at Ball Arena, but the Nuggets find themselves down 2-0 right now. NICOLE Jokic will be back after he was ejected at the end of Monday night's game. The confrontation between Will Barton and Boogie Cousins in that game has also been resolved. Coach Michael Malone says the team needs to be more aggressive, and if the players don't get that message tonight, it could be a Golden State sweep. Tip-off is at 8 p.m. and then Game 4 is 1:30 Sunday afternoon. You can watch that right here on Denver 7. Well, your refrigerator could cause some problems if it's one of 6 being recalled. We'll tell you what safety issue GE says is leading to some falls. Plus, around the world in minutes, virtual reality is giving Colorado seniors a memorable experience.